Hello Golden State Warriors fans, we are here once again to bring you the latest news related to our team, and I would like to emphasize how committed we are to improving our performance to achieve great results. Before we dive into this intriguing news, I kindly request you to show your support by clicking the like button, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, I invite you all to join us on an exciting journey. Remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Warriors must enter legacy preservation mode after concerning new report on Klay Thompson. The relationship between the Golden State Warriors and Klay Thompson may have reached its lowest point in what is becoming an increasingly troubling situation as free agency approaches. Thompson has been eligible for an extension all season, but no new deal has been reached for the five-time All-Star. Now, a new report paints a grim picture of how dire the situation has become. No offer reportedly from the Golden State Warriors to retain free agent and franchise legend Klay Thompson. Anthony Slater of The Athletic stated on Saturday that nothing is on the table, a surprising development with just over a week left before Thompson and his management can officially start negotiations with rival teams. Negotiations are essentially frozen. With free agency now less than 10 days away, Thompson's departure from the only franchise he's ever known seems closer and more likely than ever. Anthony Slater. The only silver lining for Golden State is Slater's reiteration that Thompson and the Orlando Magic are not close to an agreement. Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports reported on Friday that the young Eastern Conference team is only willing to offer a 2-year deal to potential free agents. It has long been assumed that as long as the Warriors eventually came to the table with a respectable deal in the realm of rival offers, Thompson would return to the franchise for his 14th year or more. However, Slater's report suggests that Thompson might leave anyway, indicating that this is about both happiness and financial elements. The idea that the 34-year-old might be unhappy in the Bay Area is a sad concept for fans to consider. Thompson is one of the greatest players in franchise history, having lived, developed, and built the most successful decade in Golden State's history. Warriors must enter legacy preservation mode. This doesn't mean they have to keep Thompson at all costs, but they need to ensure that the veteran sharpshooter doesn't leave with disdain for the ownership, front office, and key parts of the franchise in general. If Thompson departs, as is becoming increasingly likely, there will be numerous occasions in the future when his success will be even more celebrated. There must be an open door for him to return, feel comfortable, and share nothing but love for everything he and the Warriors have accomplished together. These free agency conversations are not just about the remainder of Thompson's playing career but about protecting his historical position and how he will be remembered in the decades to come. Shocking disrespect fuels Warriors stars' ultimate motivation for next season. In his extraordinary rise to become one of the greatest players of all time, it's no secret that Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry uses his critics as a key source of motivation. In a 2021 episode of his podcast Rogue Bogues, former Golden State center Andrew Bogut revealed that Curry would even check social media at halftime to find negative comments before using them to fuel a strong second-half performance. Recent player rankings provide extra motivation for Golden State Warriors Stephen Curry. Despite the Warriors missing the playoffs for only the third time in the last 12 years, Curry shouldn't need additional external motivation heading into his 16th NBA season. But if he does require that extra push, the two-time MVP now has it, thanks to some recent player rankings. According to Frank Urbina of Hoops Hype, Curry is on the decline, ranking him 16th in the league this season, down from 4th in the preseason. Warriors superstar Stephen Curry had a solid individual season, posting a stat line of 26/5/4 while shooting nearly 41% from 3, but Golden State missed the playoffs and struggled to secure consistent wins throughout the season. Frank Urbina. While this summary is fair, considering the team's lack of success, even his biggest fans might find it difficult to keep him in the top 5. However, ranking him 16th still seems incredibly low, especially when considering those ranked above him. Rudy Gobert ranks one spot higher, seriously? Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Maxey are in 13th and 14th, respectively, while Domantas Sabonis is 11th, despite the Sacramento Kings also missing the playoffs. Jalen Brunson is 10 spots ahead in 6th place, which might be less controversial if based solely on this year's results. Curry entered the season ranked 4th, made the most threes in the league, was part of an All-NBA team, and won the Clutch Player of the Year award, yet somehow dropped to 16th. Make it make sense. Curry still holds the 7th spot in the Ringer's updated player rankings, a much more appropriate reflection of his stature. Warriors fans hope their superstar can use this perceived disrespect as additional motivation, driving the franchise back to the playoffs next season. Golden State Warriors exploring trade options as decision day nears for veteran guard. With Gary Payton II opting into his $9.1 million player option for the upcoming season and Kevin Looney set to have his $8 million contract fully guaranteed, the Golden State Warriors now turn their attention to the future of veteran guard Chris Paul. The 39-year-old has a non-guaranteed $30 million contract for next season, with this Friday, June 28, looming as the critical date for the Warriors to decide whether to keep Paul on that deal, waive him, or orchestrate a trade before the deadline. Warriors exploring trade market ahead of June 28 deadline for Chris Paul's contract. The catch here is that the deadline can be pushed back if both sides agree. This would give the Warriors more flexibility entering free agency while negotiating Klay Thompson's contract, and for Paul, it would preserve the possibility of receiving the full $30 million instead of being outright waived. NBA insider Mark Stein referenced this possibility in his recent article on Sunday, while also noting that the Warriors are actively exploring trade possibilities involving Paul's contract. The Warriors, sources say, have continued to explore their trade options with Paul's favorable contract in conjunction with Wednesday's draft, as well as the prospect of pushing back Friday's deadline to July if Paul consents to the change. Mark Stein. Anthony Slater of The Athletic mentioned on Saturday that Paul's contract is being used as a tool for larger-scale upgrades. While the exact trade targets remain unknown, there is no doubt that the coming days and weeks will be pivotal for the Warriors' hopes of returning to playoff contention next season. Should the Warriors waive Paul, he would become an unrestricted free agent for the first time in his illustrious career. Stein reports that both the Clippers and Lakers would be interested, given the 12-time All-Star's desire to stay close to his family in Los Angeles. The Warriors must navigate these crucial decisions with precision, balancing their roster's needs and financial constraints, to position themselves for a successful 2024-2025 season.